you guys hear my little whisper before the show started? I hope you did, because you'd be privy to some very inside information. It's kind of like your own hack of Collider TV Talk, guys. I'm Josh Macuga, back here on a Tuesday, every day, live, 11 a.m. PST, right here on Collider Video. We're doing some TV talk for the next half hour or so, joined, as always, on a Tuesday by the king of British television, Sir David of Dorchester, Winchester, and all the Chesters in all of England. David, welcome back.
So, folks, the TV Talk audience, I have a question. Are you a part of the butt slap revolution? Macuga was playing us some lovely music beforehand. If you're at work, don't join the butt slap revolution. That's probably an HR problem. Wait till you're on a sports team or you're at home with family. Then you can go ahead and slap some butts. But right now, don't be doing any of that right now.
You don't join the revolution. You're a part of the revolution.
Part of the revolution, the butt slap revolution.
And our lady of dragons, the lady of the ginger dragons, Miss Grace Hancock.
Hey guys, good morning, happy Tuesday. Please don't slap my butt, but do tweet me your Twitter questions at Mrs. Graceface, hashtag Collider TV Talk.
Well, she's a legend in her own right. Use that hashtag, guys. Get some Twitter question-ins. We got a lot to talk about today. First, right before the show, I saw that Game of Thrones broke their personal record, their ratings record of 10.7 million people watching for the Sunday episode, which wasn't a finale. For the most part, was probably the least action-filled of this season's Game of Thrones. Still hit 10.7. The HBO record, 11.9 million, a Sopranos series finale. I would imagine if Game of Thrones doesn't break that on the series finale, I would be 100% shocked.
Oh yeah, no, they will for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
and this whole like hack thing isn't really even doing anything to him.
No.
Like because the thing is, when the hack stuff's released, most of the world that's watching these shows aren't like online downloading episodes. I mean, I know it's a big percentage of people that do that, but most people sit at home on their couches with their families, with their friends, and watching episodes. So this hack thing is not even hurting their ratings at all.
I love
not even touching it.
These hackers were like, "We're gonna crash the prom," and then everybody at the prom was like, "Dude, just take a hike."
Just take a hike. Like we're not
really
going to give
care.
you any money.
Yeah.
well, and I love that you said that you watch Game of Thrones with your family, because that's
Well, I
probably
mean, family, I was
my
like,
worst
yeah.
nightmare.
No, I would not watch this with Mrs. Griffin. That would not be a good idea. Not smart. Not good.
And before we go into one of our first made stories, Ozark got season 2, which is awesome. Gotta love me some Ozark. I know that was like a highlight of my last month or so, was binging Ozark. So looking forward to season 2. Who gets killed, who doesn't? Does he join the Mexican cartel?
It's a great show.
Is he now a heroin dealer? Who knows? This is awesome. I'm excited. Ozark.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. All right. What's our first story, Grace?
All right, so our first story is David Tennant is returning to season 2 of Jessica Jones. Yesterday, Entertainment Weekly shared the first photo of David Tennant and Kristen Ritter on set, even though his character Kilgrave died in last season's finale.
Spoiler!
So, I mean, I don't know.
You've had 2 years to watch Jessica Jones. If I spoiled it for you, I 100% apologize, but that's your bad on that one. And that was sort of your bad, too.
No, yeah, right, correct. I mean, I don't know how else he can be incorporated other than obviously flashbacks, unless there's some crazy twist and he's like back from the dead.
Right.
I don't know why he would do it like that, but it just
like
felt
a voice,
right.
like a specter,
Right.
like a ghost that only she sees in her head.
Yeah, right,
You know?
like-
Ooh, I kind of love that. Yeah, because they've said this horrible, like dark, twisted, abusive relationship that was really, really well done on screen, and
It's hard to shake
I'm
that.
really excited. Yeah,
Mentally,
right.
I mean, you can see in Preacher, which we'll get to, that Tulip doesn't want to go to sleep because the guy is haunting her dreams.
Yeah.
Same as Freddy Krueger or whatever, David Tennant as Kilgrave, still haunting Jessica Jones's dreams. I think he was great. I was not a huge fan of Jessica Jones when it first started, but the more I look back on it, as compared to an Iron Fist or whatever, the more I like it. It's sort of like when you dated a girl and then she broke your heart, but then you're dating an even worse girl, and you're like, I guess I could take the one dragon over the other dragon that killed everybody. Like the nicer dragon, you're like, she's not that bad. That's how I kind of look at Jessica Jones. But she, from what we've seen so far in the first 4 episodes of Defenders, she's awesome.
And David Tennant is killing it.
Yeah, David Tennant.
I mean, this week
They're so well
I'm watching
matched.
Broadchurch and I'm watching DuckTales. So I get so much David Tennant every week now. It's fantastic. Yeah.
It's never enough.
It's never enough.
You can never have too much
The
David,
David
Tennant.
Tennant podcast is just episodes of TV, and he's just like talking about everything he's working on. It's like a 9-hour podcast every day.
He's a worker. He's a great
It's just
actor,
a constant
yeah.
live stream, like just 24/7 live stream of David
Just tune
Tennant's
into
greatness.
David Tennant like Big Brother. He's showering. Everybody tune in. All right, what's next, Grace?
All right, so next we have the co-creators as well as several notable producers of The Walking Dead are currently suing AMC over breach of contract. They're challenging the amount paid by AMC Network to AMC's studio brand for the right to air the show. So this is super tricky for a lot of reasons. First of all, this is a lot of people. This could literally be $1 billion blow to AMC. And also some of the producers involved in this lawsuit are currently working on the show, which I imagine is almost as awkward as butt slapping at work. So What do you guys like? Who do you think is in the wrong here? Who do you think is in the right here?
I like today's theme of the show is butt slapping.
Yeah, dude.
appreciate
If you're
that.
at work, do not butt slap.
Don't slap butts at
That's
work.
a quick
No.
way to get fired. I think what's going on here is you have. Well, one, you have a lot of people like Glenn Mazzara, Gail Ann Hurd, people that are active. Well, Glenn Mazzara's not active anymore.
Yeah.
People that are actively involved in the show, like Gail Ann Hurd, who's a day-to-day producer, executive producer,
Yeah, and David
are
Alpert.
firing back. But don't forget, we've had
Awkward.
from the first season, director of Shawshank Redemption. I'm blanking on his name right now. The first showrunner,
Frank Darabont.
Yeah.
Darabont has been suing for
He
a
was-
long time.
yeah, 'cause he
And I
was
think
fired
his
in
suit's
season
about
2.
$260 million. So all combined
That's
is going to be
280.
well over $1 billion. There's a pattern here.
Yeah.
So someone's at fault. Usually you don't see this big of a suit on a television show that's this massive where you think everybody should be getting paid, making bank, but obviously people aren't getting paid.
This is sort of like Office Space, you know, when they're supposed to take like a half a cent and they actually like round off a full cent and like they're taking all of this money from the company and they're like, it was like a Monday morning mistake. All the people at AMC is like, who forgot to pay them
Right.
the $900 million? Like, where is Erica in accounting and why is she messing this up?
And they're holding on to this so much because AMC, I mean, you see these shows on AMC, you think AMC owns everything. They don't.
Yeah.
Walking Dead is one of their shows that they actually own. AMC doesn't own Breaking Bad. That's a
Yeah.
different company.
Or Mad Men.
Or Mad Men. So, I mean, this was the first show that they actually own, so they get all the money from that, and they really want to hold on to that. Seems like maybe they're holding on to too much.
And
Yeah.
is it
pinching too many
Pinching too many
pennies,
pennies,
like our
yeah.
friend Scrooge McDuck, played by David Tennant, who's amazing.
Right.
It also, too, weirdly enough, this is when Robert Kirkman leaving AMC, bringing his properties to Amazon.
Maybe he sees something coming. He's like, I'm going to get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to get out of here.
And maybe
Yeah,
they
it's
owe
too
him
That's
bad.
good. That's a good
$500
point.
million.
Yeah, maybe Kirkman's getting out for that reason.
And if
Yeah.
if AMC loses it and they lose all this money, they might be looking to sell off Walking Dead. So Walking Dead could be an Amazon property, which is what would be great because you should binge a show like Walking Dead.
Or maybe they'll just let it go. Maybe just wrap it up, you know?
Guys, David still wants.
I mean, that's all I'm saying. It's been, what, 7, 8 seasons? It's a good run. It's a
We need
very
to
good
see
run.
an end. We need to see a light of an end at the end of a tunnel.
Yeah, yeah.
But speaking of lights at end of tunnels,
Speaking of lights at ends of tunnels, excellent segue, Josh.
thank you.
Macuga.
I try, guys.
ABC's signature has landed the hour-long spec Julia, an hour-long darkly comedic dramedy about celebrity chef Julia Child's time in the OSS during World War II. I think this is awesome. I don't give two shits about cooking, but I for sure want to see this like French cuisine-loving weirdo be an agent. That's amazing.
What if they took it to like this next level where like she's in the kitchen and these two commie dudes during World War II or like some Nazis come in and she just got French knives and she's like beef bourguignon, God, like she's playing with the chicken and then all of a sudden she puts her fist in the chicken, like knocks you out. She's like, ooh, a roast. Look like your head is done. Like it's a whole action sequence. Sorry, I went a little crazy there. But she's like, she's got some cleavers.
Oh, man.
Knife, crack. And then all of a sudden the Nazi's like, my hands! And then she goes right back to the camera like, just some
Grace
Nazi
Hancock.
trying to interrupt my show. That's what I would want to see out
I
of this,
mean,
David.
you are hired.
How am I not the lead
That
writer
was so-
on
ABC,
Julia?
I
hire
don't
this
know.
man. Hire this man to write your scripts
Thank you,
for you.
thank you.
No, this is
Oh,
exciting.
man,
They could have
that
so
was
much fun
beautiful.
with this because we were watching some old Julia Child footage, you know,
Yep.
making her beef bourguignon, you know, and all that. And she has,
Onions and bread.
I mean, she's so charming. I mean, she's way before Emil Degrassi. I mean, she's OG.
She's
cooking.
OG.
OG cooking on television. So
There was-
this is going to be good.
I feel like there was Julia Child. Do you guys remember Yin Can Cook? If Yin can cook, so can you. Do you guys remember Yin Can
I never
Cook?
watched Jim Kim
He
cook,
was
yeah.
amazing. He was this sweet Japanese chef, and he was on, I forget the station, but he had his own set of knives, and my mom would watch Yin Can Cook all the time. And I'd be a little kid going, Yin Can Cook, so can you. And he was the best. But my mom had the Julia Child book, the Yin Can Cook. But now chefs are like stars. She was the OG star.
Yeah.
And they make her a
Yeah.
spy.
I know. What a badass.
She like opens up a jacket and there's instead like all of her cooking knives and she's just like, "Whoa. All right, and back to my beef. All right, enough fun. What's
Oh
next,
man,
Grace?
that's fantastic. All right, next we have Netflix is finalizing a deal for a 10-episode series order of The Kaminski Method, a single cam comedy from Chuck Lorre, who obviously did The Big Bang Theory, and it's going to be starring
that, man.
Oscar winners Michael Douglas and Alan Arkin. So they're kind of pitching this.
graphic.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Is he eating baby's breath? Why? Or should I say, why not?
Why not? It's Michael Douglas.
So
artistic.
they're kind of pitching this as like the male Grace and Frankie, and I think we all are and have been big fans of Grace and
I
Frankie.
love Grace and Frankie.
I love Michael Douglas. He hasn't done TV since the 70s. Are you pumped about this?
I am. I love Michael Douglas. The fact that he's playing an old actor who's
Yeah.
like this revered
now he's like a
acting
coach.
Yeah, the people was like the Bobby Knight of acting coaches, and he has his old agent buddy Alan Arkin, who was great. Like he's just one of the best actors of all time. I mean, this is a great cast, and Chuck Lorre, we kind of pick on him a little bit because he does the multicam, 2.5 Men, Big Bang Theory, but the dude makes bank.
Yeah.
I mean, he has the biggest comedies in the world out right now, but also these are going to be single cam.
Mm-hmm.
He's got another show coming out too.
Disjointed?
Disjointed as well with Kathy Bates. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be curious to see, kind of like we're talking about, I'm blanking on everybody's name today, Shonda Rhimes.
Yeah.
The other day. I mean, she's moving to Netflix too, so maybe these guys, these men and women, are going to change their formulas, what we're used to seeing, do something completely different.
And the network model is slowly but surely becoming extinct, mostly because
Thankfully.
you have 20 producers in a room going, "What if the brother didn't die?" Right? That's like the old TV set joke, the David Duchovny
What
joke.
if he can solve crimes?
But
or can he be a doctor? Can he
Wait.
solve crimes or be a doctor?
Hold on, he's a doctor, magician, lawyer,
Detective.
CSI
Yeah,
detective.
Detective, yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah.
we just hit it all four
That is
quadrants.
the trifecta, my friend.
All four quadrants.
For me, listen, I was very skeptical of Grace and Frankie at first, mostly because I was like, this is like some weird. I thought, but then I was like, you know what, Josh, you loved Golden Girls. Give Grace and Frankie a shot. Grace and Frankie is the biggest breath of fresh air
I
on
know.
television. I could watch that anytime. I got my mom and dad into it. They love it. My mom hates Jane Fonda. And they love Grace and Frankie. I think that the show was really well done. You had these two dudes on a Netflix thing. It's hysterical. And I'm kind of the dude like on Bucket List or Last Vegas or any of these old dude comedies.
Right.
I'm just like, these are going to be terrible. Oh my God, it was awesome.
And then they're awesome.
'Cause
I know.
all I
I'm
imagine
secretly
is
a
like-
90-year-old man,
Yeah,
apparently.
like us being older, like Mark Ellis, Ken Knapsack, and I in an old folks home, like, let's hit Vegas, and then all of a sudden we have a movie about it.
Yeah.
That's that. We've been talking about that for like 5 years, and this is what the series is kind of like. I dig it. It's sort of like an older version of Curb Your Enthusiasm with a little
Well,
less.
and then I really want them
irreverence.
to do like a crossover event with these guys and Grace and Frankie.
Oh,
Hello.
would they, like all date and everything, and that'd be
the
great.
real
Right?
defenders.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I
Yep.
think it's going to be great. I will
Okay.
for sure be
Do it,
checking that
Netflix.
What's
out.
next, Grace?
So also coming up, Johnny Depp's production company is going to
Johnny
be
Depp?
Johnny Depp. Thank you.
The D is silent.
Johnny
Donnie Yep.
Yogging.
Yoni-
Johnny
Yoni-
Depp's production company is going to be. Thank you, Adam.
Yeah, Adam liked that
Will
one.
be co-producing a live-action television series based on the globally successful MMO game The Secret World and its recently released reboot Secret World Legends.
You pronounce that wrong. It's
Great.
Secret World Legends.
Look at that photo.
I think-
always
I think
like how
it's
there's always the
edited. I
one
think the
guy
L is silent.
who's like got his back turned, he's just looking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
got
like
the look.
emo Spider-Man back
Yeah, I
there.
don't get that look. Yeah, get that look.
So it's going to be about a team of undercover agents and the shadowy war between secret societies, the Illuminati, Dragon, and the Templar. So this, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a gamer. I don't know much about this, but this is going to be like a supernatural conspiracy type genre action-y thing.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, okay? And I know I'm probably going to get hate for this.
Here it
one,
comes.
right? But every video game series that I've heard going into development sounds the exact fucking same. It's like a secret society of warriors taking down so-and-so. And they show a picture just like this. But instead of a
I mean,
blonde,
yeah,
it's a
you're
brunette.
not
Instead of
wrong.
an Asian dude with sweet hair, it's like a redheaded guy. And mask face is either a girl with a mask or a dude with like a different mask. And then, like, okay, this one, listen, I get like Medal of Honor, whatever. But these all look the same. That's why the movies, the video game movies are eating boxes of turds. I think that the TV shows, yes, it's funny, it's cool, live action, whatever. But this just looks like Maze Runner. It's hot people running. It's like, it's people fighting. And I know all these gamers out there, you don't know anything about Secret World or Secret World Legends. But I do. I get it. I can tell by this that they're like fighting a people. They're like, some big boss is going to come out. He's like, I haven't been to the dentist in years. Don't worry about it. I'm a bad guy. It's stupid. It's dumb.
Been to the dentist in years.
So Josh
I would
is
like to have
really
a counter to that
excited.
statement.
Go ahead,
I
David.
feel like this is like Undisputed or one of those like ESPN morning shows, like where
Take it.
You got the white guy and the black guy and the beautiful girl in the middle. It's just that's how those shows are. I'm sorry, it's true.
I'm Max Kellerman.
But
I
Max
have a
Kellerman,
rap
yeah, I'm
album.
sorry, that's how it is. All right, so seriously though, I think this is going to be the best. Max Kellerman's an insightful man. He's very good at. He knows boxing.
Here-
Very
okay,
insightful
Stephen A.,
man.
take it.
All right, so I'm Stephen A. Smith. So my argument is, I think video games are best suited on television. They've struggled, except for the Resident Evil franchise. Even that hasn't been like a huge success. So I'm excited. We're gonna get Myst, that classic game from the '90s, that
Couldn't get past the
exploration.
first level.
I loved Myst. I want to play that right now.
Look at David.
Wow.
Go.
Okay, so
Go.
we're gonna have Myst that's coming out on Hulu. We have The Witcher with Geralt. It's Geralt. That's how you say his name on Netflix.
Is that
And we're-
Poldark?
No, it's not Poldark. No. It's a Polish game, but Poldark and Poland have nothing to do with each other. Okay, so I think this is going to be the perfect form because it's long form. Because these video games are complex. Josh might say they all look the same, they all sound the same, but they have a lot of depth into them because these video games like The Witcher, you're playing it for 100 hours. You need a long form style.
Who has that kind of time?
No.
Sorry, go ahead, David.
Well, let's move on to the next topic.
No, go. Because you're making me look
Steven,
bad.
Stephen A. Smith out.
Give us a 10-second wrap up on what how bad you want the Last Witch Hunters.
There's a reason why these MMOs, these massive multiplayer online games like World of Warcraft, Henry Cavill himself, Superman himself, said he was addicted, had to sell most of his characters and equipment away because it's addicting. You get invested in these characters and you can't just spend 90 minutes in a movie theater with these characters and expect to tell a good story. It needs long form. This is going to be good. Macuga, it's not generic. Moving on.
Boom.
Sorry.
David Griffin taking
Mic drop.
charge.
All right.
I didn't know you could get abs playing World of Warcraft. I've been playing it years ago. Cavill with those World of Warcraft
Cavill's a good-looking
abs.
dude. He was playing some
He's
World
like
of Warcraft.
really aggressive with the
I'll
thing.
tell you
I don't know
what.
how you play it. I don't know why.
Just
I don't know
holding
anything.
your cord is playing World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
He's doing like little while he's. Anyway, all right, we're gonna move right along on a
Okay.
Sassy Tuesday. Preacher season 2
We got
episode 9.
Sexy Monday, Sassy Tuesday.
Yeah, man,
Bang,
that's
bang,
how
bang.
we roll here. Okay, so this was actually, we tend to be maybe a little bit of a broken record for the show because I know all of us are kind of like, well, we don't really care. But I kind of thought this was a good episode. I'm certainly scarred for life by like that one scene that we discussed
There's
earlier.
a few scenes here. I mean, one I said, slap your butt revolution. Don't do it at work. Also, if you go on a date, don't ask a girl to take off her top and put butter between her chin and her chest and try to see if she
That's
can
like
hold
a
her breath.
That's a pledge move.
Yeah, that's not a way. That's not how you date. It's not a good first date. Not a good first date. There's some weird scenes in this episode. It's Grace, as we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I want to go on no dates with him of any
yeah,
kind.
you're not going on a date with that guy.
However, though, if you're this powerful dude and you've rented out an entire restaurant, I mean, why not ask a girl to take her top? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No.
I am 100% kidding.
I actually didn't mind the shirt, but then when he said the butter, I was
the
like,
butter.
oh no. I was
Unless
like,
he has,
no.
I will say though, if a girl was like rub me down in butter, I'd be like, I'll lick it off. I like butter. I like toast. I like English muffins. Like, I mean, I think butter tastes very good.
Oh wow, we're taking it to new places today.
Sorry, my bad. No.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pivot this
Cody, can we cut
conversation. Not that
Alice's
this
live
isn't a
show?
wonderful thing. Okay, I want to talk about the raid though on the apartment. I thought that
Yeah.
was so well done. The sound design was so great. The POV, I thought it was one of the best scenes of the season for sure.
Because all you could hear is basically Cass biting and getting bitten and like.
He was getting tore up.
And he was like coming in, and then he's coming in hot. I was like,
And then
oh.
the dad, lighting it up. I love that scene. One of the more original scenes you'll see on TV. Shooting it that way, shooting it straight from the goggles and everything. Really, really well done. I thought this episode kind of is getting us toward the end. Again, I think that Preacher this season, it goes the way of sometimes maybe a show should only be 10 episodes or even 8.
Yeah.
Because we are really dragging in the middle here.
So they've been in Dennis's apartment for so long. I'm
So
like, okay,
long.
let's move to.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
feel
it was
like
going to be
there's a
more
lot
of a road trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now since they've been in, where are they? They're in New Orleans. They're
New
still in New Orleans. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's been there for the most of the season.
Yeah, there's
now.
maybe like a little fat that could be trimmed here and there if it was a shorter episode
Yeah.
order.
I will say
think, for sure.
the male prostitute sodomy scene there was a lot.
It was a
There was
lot.
a lot of weird scenes in this one. Yeah. It's like
This is kind of,
No means yes.
It's a funny show.
weird.
But it's really taking
Very
it to
weird.
another level of weird for weird's sake sometimes.
Which I don't mind, but it's like, again,
Right.
you have the character development first, but I mean, it's still shot well. Even the weird scene that's behind Grace, the whole dating scene, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's a weird scene, but it's stylized. It looks cool, but I don't always. I think the payoff doesn't always.
I feel like some of the things like that, like the scene with the male prostitutes, like maybe that last shot could have been left to the imagination. Like we all knew that was going to happen. Like I didn't necessarily need to see what I
Yes.
saw.
Yeah,
It was
100%.
too much. It was too much for
And I
me.
will
Yeah.
say, poor Harry Connick Jr. Spoiler alert. Poor
Yeah.
Harry Connick Jr. He's
know.
an American
Why is it-
treasure.
yeah.
My mom loves him. I've been a fan. Well, you don't need to kill Harry Connick Jr. You could have just put it in the river.
Of all the places in New Orleans you could have, I mean, yeah, there's a big thing of water nearby. Just go in the water.
Just go in the water. What are you gonna do? All right, Grace, what's next?
All right, next we're gonna go to the Great
Dun.
British Breakdown with David Griffin. Dun, 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 dun.
Break it down, British style.
Breakdown. So
Dave.
we're going to talk first about Good Omens. It's Neil Gaiman, popular author of Sandman and Coraline. His latest
And
one of
American
his
Gods.
and American Gods, of course.
Yeah.
One of his newest books is being adapted by Amazon, and we have some casting information, which is very exciting. We have Michael Sheen of Masters of Sex, and of course, tons of other films, and David Tennant. Again,
Frost
David
Nixon.
Tennant, Frost Nixon, Underworld,
Yeah.
and then David Tennant, of course, Doctor Who himself, Broadchurch. Jessica Jones,
Yeah.
he is a busy man. He's going to be cast. And again, this is a story of an angel and a demon losing track of the Antichrist.
Neil Gaiman has
Which
a
is fun.
specific direction.
Yeah.
doesn't he?
This is going to be a drama. It's going to be some drama, but it's also going to be a comedy as well.
So this is sort of preachery?
yeah, Preachery over the top. But I think it's going to have more comedic beats to it. I think it's going to be even funnier than Preacher.
Do you think it's going to be a standalone anthology, or it's going to be multiple seasons?
I would assume they will probably like American Gods are going to do multiple
Okay.
seasons. So I don't know. This is a big cast. Michael Sheen, David Tennant. So hopefully they're probably going to lock them down for hopefully at least 2 seasons.
Okay.
So I'm very excited about this. Also, too, Josh turned me onto this. Netflix has ordered an 8-episode supernatural thriller from the UK. We don't really know much about it. It's untitled. It's just starting production right now, so I'm sure it'll air in the UK first and then come over to Netflix. But Netflix is doubling down on great British content like The Crown. So this is also very exciting, too, to see this series. Again, we don't know much about it, but it's a supernatural
Very
series.
mysterious.
Very mysterious.
And for
I like
a dude
it.
that who you always talk about more sci-fi TV, more sci-fi TV on places like Amazon and Netflix. This kind of, especially in an English show.
Yeah.
This is hitting all your
Yes.
wheelhouse points.
This is definitely, I'll be
Yeah.
checking this out. I'm excited. Lastly, I want to talk about, this is something that a hope that I have. Talk about Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, developed by Ninja Theory, which is out of Cambridge, so it still sticks in the British wheelhouse.
Cambridge.
Sorry, excuse me. We're talking about video games being adapted into television series. This would be an amazing miniseries if they were to adapt this. Play this game. It's $30 on PC and PlayStation 4 right now. It's fantastic. It deals with psychosis. They even consulted psychologists from Cambridge University on making this game. And it's about this Celtic warrior whose lover is trapped in Helheim, which is where Hell is, who's Kate Blanchett's character. And so it's going to get you ready for Thor. It's going to get you for Vikings. Play that game. And also, this is a game that I think should be developed into a TV series.
So now that kind of thing, the way you kind of talk like that, is it Vikings, Thor? I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm on
yeah,
board
you have the
with that.
Celtic and you have the Vikings, and she's a
Yes.
Celtic warrior going into Helheim to rescue her lover, basically.
See, now
Hot.
that, I
Yeah.
could totally see that.
Yeah.
I can get on
Ninja
board.
Gas Mask over here.
Ninja Gas Mask not doing it. Guy with the coat and the
Yeah.
backwards
the
look,
brooding
not,
look.
The brooding
that's
look not
exactly
doing
like,
it for
man,
you.
Can't wait for that game. But they're going into Helheim. Yeah, let's get weird.
Yeah, let's go to Helheim. Let's do it.
I'm in.
Everything that's going on in Britain right now is great. I mean, I'm sure people who live over there like David. We got some issues, but at least in terms of entertainment, television, it's all good. Yeah.
David just walking along the Scottish coast. Living
Scotland's
the
a
dream.
beautiful
It's
place,
truly
man.
wonderful.
60 degrees and just overcast
I mean,
enough.
my
for
dream.
love.
I mean, if there's a young lady out there who'd like to join me in going into Inverness, I'm gonna get a house out there and just settle down. Like I'm good.
Hey,
I've reached my peak.
David really
Yeah.
pitching his new
Oh my
Tinder
God,
profile.
ladies, get on that.
Ooh, swipe right on the grid. All right, what's next, Grace?
All right, we're going to go to a Twitter question from my friend Ben Rayner. And because I'm in control of these, this is what we're going to do. Hi, Mrs. Graceface. Love you guys. What's your guys' favorite gingers on TV shows?
Gingers on TV shows. Well, obviously Grace.
Christina Hendricks.
Stop,
Christina
thanks,
Hendricks in
Joshy.
Mad Men.
Yeah,
Mad
she's
Men,
hot.
yeah.
Fantastic. Good Lord.
I'm liking-
Ygritte,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You
Kissed
know,
by Fire herself.
you know
Yeah.
nothing, Jon Snow. And what's the guy that loves our girl? The guy from the Capital One commercials. What's his name in Game
Oh
of
my
Thrones?
God, I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah,
He's so
Igor-
funny.
No, he's Tormund.
Tormund.
Tormund Giants. Yeah, Tormund. Yeah.
Tormund Giant. Yeah.
I'm
yeah, he's one
liking
hell of a ginger.
Sansa more and more as she gets a little more
Is
like
she a
ballsy
ginger?
later. Not in real life, but in the show.
In the show,
On the
she's a ginger.
she's
Yeah.
a ginger.
Auburn. I think her hair is auburn. So they say.
Trying to think of any other.
What's they
like-
say in the books? She's supposed to have auburn hair. Yeah, whatever.
There's not many like major redheads.
I mean, we're
on
not
TV.
represented a lot.
I almost forgot about Poldark.
Oh God.
Demelza, I think she's a redhead. I guess
Or-
that was
Oh,
strawberry
how
blonde,
could we
maybe.
forget Demelza?
yeah.
Poldark.
Yeah, we got a Poldark. Yeah, I didn't see. That's awesome. Who did that? That's great.
Or the main guy from
Poldark Pump
Outlander
Up,
is like a
yes.
little bit of a gingy.
Oh yeah, Sam Heughan.
Yeah.
Sam Huygen.
Huygen.
Yeah, he's a bit of
Yeah.
a redhead too. There's some good gingers out there.
Ginger.
There's-
Mark
there's
Ellis.
not
Ellis is a
enough.
ginger.
Come on in, Mark. Come on in. Come on in. This
Is this all time or is this just today?
all time?
All time.
Lucille Ball.
Yeah, all right. Thanks, Mark Ellis. There we go.
Oh yeah, I guess 'cause
Host of Collider Movie Talk. That's Mark Ellis.
it's always in black and white though, so I guess I
True,
never really could tell that she was a redhead.
Yeah.
That's
Jillian
true.
Anderson.
Ooh, Gillian Anderson. Yeah, she's something. Yeah.
Yeah, is she? I think she's a blonde in
It
real
depends on
life,
the-
but
depends on the
I'll
series
take it.
she's
She's
in.
hot.
Good,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. All right, let's do one more.
I wanted to do this other one. From Drew Baker. Other than The Walking Dead, what show do you guys want to see to start wrap up their runs?
Well,
Well, you,
Big Bang Theory.
you know what I like
I'm
to say?
laughing 'cause I forgot it was
and
still
I
on
mean
the
this
air.
I mean this as a compliment. I know a lot of fans that are fans of the series are always like, oh, why do you want it to end? I would love to see Supernatural end.
I knew you were going to say
But
Supernatural.
I want to see those two guys in something else.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to see them get no work or anything. I want to see those actors do something different. 'Cause I think they're very good. They're very good together.
I wanna-
Like to see
Yeah.
them do something else.
Put him on the next host of like Top Gear. Like a buddy romance reality show.
I think those
huh?
guys would make good superheroes.
Okay.
I think you could put them in the Arrow universe, give them a superhero show to do or something like that. Yeah,
That's cool.
I'd like to see those guys just do something else, do different projects.
Wrap up its run, man.
I mean, I wouldn't. Not
Law
that
and Order?
I don't care about reality TV, but I wouldn't mind if like all of the reality singing competition shows just like
Yeah.
took a day off.
How about all the
forever?
like the Kardashian shows?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's a good
Those are
one too.
terrible.
And like we kind of talked about this briefly. I'm kind of ready for like Modern Family to kind of like shut it
Yeah.
down.
Modern Family could let's get like
Like go out on a high note.
Yeah,
like
some
don't peter
stakes.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, give us some stakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, do we have time for one more? Or should we just?
I think we should head to the pick of the day if you'd
Okay,
like.
let's do it. Your pick of the day. You got a little inspiration. I was looking at cufflinks for my wedding, and I thought if you could pick a TV show to put on custom cufflinks.
Ooh, I
what
like
would it be?
those.
Oh, a little Breaking Bad action.
little
Okay, a little
Heisenberg.
Heisenberg. What do you think, David?
Sir?
Of
I'm
course.
looking at you, not David Tennant in the background.
Let's get that pop up going, Cody. Let's get the pole dark. Yeah. I want his face on my cufflinks. Every time I'm just getting dressed, there he is. There's Poldark himself.
I want Elaine doing her dance in Seinfeld as my cufflinks.
It's like the.
Yeah. Woo!
It's like I
Elaine
was
danced?
dancing. He's like,
Yeah.
ooh, that wasn't dancing.
That
That was not dancing.
Grace.
I think I want the little. Now that we were just talking about it, I want the little Frenchie from Modern Family on my. What is it, Stella?
Yeah.
Stella.
Stella. I want her on my cufflinks. I don't. Do girls wear those? Can I?
You can wear. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool,
Girls can wear
cool,
cool like
cool.
French cuff, like Diane Keaton and like.
Oh
all
my
of that.
God.
We're getting like some
she's
Julia
so
Child.
My spirit animal.
Ooh.
I literally. Yeah.
Beef bourguignon.
Yeah,
I want to
just
be
beef
Diane
bourguignon.
Keaton so bad when I grow up.
You want to be Diane Keaton when you grow up?
I do.
I just want to grow up at some point here.
Nah.
All right, that'll do it for us here on a Collider TV Talk on a sassy Tuesday. As Grace told us before we get out of here, David Griffin, where can the good people find you on the internet?
Well, next week I'm going to be moving to Inverness. This will be probably my last show. So I will be in my new address will be Inverness. I don't really know the streets over there, so I can't give you the exact address, but you can find me there or on Twitter and Instagram at GriffinDE.
Grace.
Oh man, that was great.
I don't know streets.
and you can find-
Inverness Street. I guess.
And you guys can find me online everywhere at Mrs. Graceface.
I'm Josh Macuga at Josh Macuga, Twitter and Instagram, The Josh Macuga Show on YouTube. We're here every day live, 11 a.m. PST, only on Collider Video. A lot of you guys said something very nice to me yesterday. Again, it's way easier to be nice and kind and love people than it is to hate. So go out and hug somebody today. And as always, put down the book, pick up the remote.
Hey guys, if you like this video, click the thumbs up button. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It'll help you stay up to date with everything we've got going on here at Collider.